So I called to my friends, say like, wake up, the war has begun. I see you in the house. You have like 2 hours to be there because of traffic jam. I see you there. I'm starting like putting all the things that I have because I think that they can just kill me right away. So I just put
Right.
everything in my belongings and just close everything.
I know we talked before, we talked a lot about our businesses and things like that, but today I
Yeah.
really want to talk about you and kind of what you've been up to in your story because when we talked, man, it was just amazing. It was just kind of crazy to hear, where you've been. But for everyone that's going to be tuning in, on YouTube, on Apple, welcome back to another episode of The Hyperactive Hustler. My name is Jace Preem, your host, and I'm here today with, a guy of many, many talents, ex-magician. I think you still do some magician work as well, but a YouTuber with over 11 million
Yeah.
subs. And you make music as well, so we're gonna get into all of that stuff. But talk to me, man. Tell the listeners more about like who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
You're a little bit lagging. It's like sometimes you just disappear. Maybe it's
Oh,
something
jeez.
with your
I might
mic.
switch over
But
to Zoom
actually,
if it
like,
makes it easier.
yeah, it's we can do it, but like I hear you, but sometimes you're just, disappearing. So actually, hey everybody, my name is Nick, and actually I was a magician for the 10 years of my life. I was actually
Wow.
a kid, and I was loving doing and performing magic, like David Blaine, you know what I mean, like Copperfield, and I was really impressed by it. And I was started learning some magic tricks. So, for example, I got some cards from my parents. They're like, "Oh my god, I want to do cards," and then I start just make some, just shuffles. Then I learn how to do a spring. Then I learn how to do like this kind of manipulation, and then I decided, like, man, it's like the world is always shifting. You know what I mean? It's like you start by showing people in real life, but then the internet came up. And I understand that I need just to share my magic to different people because you can just simply, take some cards. Can you see me right now? Look.
Take some cards and
You can just spread the cards from the mouth, you know what I mean? So I was trying to make some content with it, and I was actually using chat roulette. Maybe you know what it is. It's like where you just connecting with different people all over the internet, and I was performing magic on the internet to different people, recording this, and I was
wow.
putting it on YouTube, and it's got some crazy views, like millions of views, 23 million, 27, 27, 27. It was go viral because that was something new. I was working for Russia and Ukraine market, so that was my main market because I'm living in Ukraine. I'm from Ukraine, Kiev. And I was actually doing this for like 5 years of my life. It was like a huge journey. We have like 5 people inside our team and more than like 60 people that was doing cars, that was editing, that was we have some concerts. We was performing magic for presidents. So I was performing magic from Vladimir Zelensky, that was the president of Ukraine. But at that time, he was just a comedian. So we was working at the same stages. You know what I mean? And actually then the war happened, and at that period I was not prepared mentally for it because we're always shifting, like a man, and nobody fucking cares about us. Everybody cares about women and the man mental health. There is such like less information about it, and then you're sitting down I have like a huge house. It was like with elevator,
Oh
with
my
a pool inside, with like 3 or 4 different cars, like BMW, i8. It was like the best. Then
sheesh.
I having the Mercedes, the E-Class. Then like different like Mustangs. I have the Suzuki Boulevard. It's like the fastest bike I have ever like had. It was like $15,000 or budget, and I was just make some fun with it. And then your
Right.
life collapses because like the Russia invades in Ukraine, and you're just sitting and you're using Telegram, not TV, to watch some news, and you see like they're in that city, that city, that city, that city near Kiev, and you are a fucking YouTuber. You're filming funny videos, you're performing magic, and now in society they don't need you. Who they
Wow.
need you? The military guys. And it's like the identity at that point shifted completely because I was not prepared. I think that it's never happened. It's like the war, it's something was there, you know what I mean? And like in 1945, it's over. Tanks is something from movies, action movies, but it's not. And then I was sitting down in that huge house, and all of my employees like ran into this house and said like, Nick, what do we need to do? You know, you have the money, you can help us. What to do? It's like, I don't fucking know. We need just to go in the baseline, you know, in the base of our home, because we start hearing some missiles attack, some iron, like it's a huge iron like bullet that is hitting the house near us. It's like explosion. We're all running there, and you see like ta 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 ta, poof, poof, ta 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 ta, poof. You know, it's like a forest, and then in like couple of minutes from you, there is an airport, and the whole airport is not live anymore. It's like it just collapses, and there was like the Kiev. It was like the Kiev, and near the Kiev actually was the airport, and then some, you know, some villages. The villages was destroyed. A lot of people, just ordinary people, were killed, and you're sitting in the middle of like Kiev, your house, forest, and a front line. You have like 30 computers, a lot of employees, like thousands of playing cards that you just invest your money. Just believe that you just invest money in computers, in mics, in cameras, and you're just sitting down, do what, like, this is just the tools that you can just even take with you when you're running away from this kind of situation. And then, like, my identity stuff shifting. And that time I realized I can't do entertainment anymore, because I was actually like Mr. Beast, you know? Mr. Beast plus magic. Because actually she's the best guy. She performed like the craziest things, and all YouTubers is trying to be like him. So we was, you know, filming some videos like who just put your hand on the car, and who whatever just take the hand off, you will never receive this car, but the last person will receive this car. So it's like the same shit, you know? And but you are in the society. You think that you're a famous guy, you are the best, you have the money, you have the power, you have the attention of the whole nation. I can just go out there, and that Mr. Beast said that you have like 5,000 subscribers. It's just nothing. Like 100,000 subscribers, you start walking some there, and it's like, oh my god, it's Nick, I know you, I know who you are, let's make a photo. You say like, it's a little bit strange. 1 million subscribers, you can't go to cinema, because you will be like, you know, like, can I make a picture, can I make a picture? And my content was for kids from like 12 years old to like 25 years old. So you understand which energy you're
crazy.
going through. It's like, oh my god, and they're never stopping. It's like they have this kind of crazy energy. And then like 11 million subscribers, you can't live like an ordinary person, because if you're going on a date with someone, you will be crowded with people, and they are thinking that you are their friend, because they're watching you on the toilet, you know, like they just take the phone, just watching like you. So they think that you're their friend. That's what actually Will Smith was actually telling, that when you are in a show, they think that you're a friend. When you are in a movie, it's like you're a hero. So that was actually the point when I decided, so my identity needs to shift. And I started learning about sales. I started learning about marketing, about funnels, because like at that side, a lot of YouTubers was never like, they can have millions of views, but they don't know how to convert that views into money. Right. And I know, because I was a business person, and then I shifted to YouTube. So I was performing, I was selling my shows to people, and then I said, oh, it's like a huge audience, so I can monetize it via like, you know, some meetings or shows, or just selling like cards, tools for magic, teaching people. But a lot of people don't know what it is. And then I realized that, for example, my mistake was that I was doing marketing on kids, but the people they're paid are their parents. It's different message, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why at that point I realized I have this kind of huge problem in my brain. I don't know how to market. So I got... I need to shift from Kiev, because that was missiles. The military guy said to me like, if you will never move, you will die. So please move right now. You have like 2 hours to move. You don't any have like any gas. Can you imagine that you go to the gas station, you're sitting for 6 hours to get like 20 liters. You come back, and because of your Mustang or your Mercedes, you don't have that gas again because you was sitting for 6 hours. You know what I mean? And everybody's situation is collapsing. Everybody's running. Everybody's crying. They don't know what to do. It's like crazy how the emotion, because people are controlled by their emotions, right? And then I come back, and we got that kind of, the gas like in games, like in Last of Us, you get this kind of gas things. And I got it, and like, this is pure gold. You have millions of dollars, right? Of hryvnias in my country, like it's still millions. And you can go buy whatever you want, but credit cards are not working. Because there is no Wi-Fi, there is no it's just situation is collapsing. So the only thing that you have cash, but it's not safe to go somewhere with this cash because you can get robbed, because everybody have weapons. And that's the thing. It was crazy. And then I shift to another city from the left side of Ukraine called Uzhgorod. And that was like a city where I can just calm down and understand where to go from this point. Because you lost whatever you was making for the rest. Like YouTube cut the monetization because we are from Ukraine and Russia. They said like nobody will receive any monetization at all. Because it's like situation is collapsing. Nobody wants to be monetized in these countries, right?
Yeah.
Like Facebook, other like they stopped. So you was receiving like $60,000 per month from monetization, 30,000, 20,000. It doesn't matter. You was receiving money, and then you can't monetize it. You can't sell your tools because everybody is just running away. They're saving their lives. So whatever you will do in that period of life, you can't do anything because it's not your fault. It's the fault of the guys that is on top. They are doing some crazy shit. You can't control it. And I was like sitting there and I was like playing guitar because like my dream was to buy like fancy guitars from the United States, you know what I mean? So I was buying like Gibson for $5,000, again guitar for $12,000. And I was just sitting and playing and it was like calming me down a little bit because that was my dream. And I was like playing, but in Seoul you understand that it's like, it's crazy. It's like your life is on a pause. You can't do anything, and you can go to the war, because if you're running away in the car, they stop you, they give you like, this is the thing, you need to go to the war, so go to the hospital, check yourself. If you're a good person, you need to go to the war, and it's crazy. And like, do you want to go to the war? Like, I don't think so. It's like, or you are a hero, or you do it for money. Heroes, they want just to save people. But like, if you want to make, it's like, I'm a system guy. I don't know how to hire, how to build. Yeah. And if you will be with a gun, it's not 1945 years. It's like, there's drones. Can you imagine that's like a drone for weddings, right? If they just split the grenade here, the drone is coming, it's dropping and killing people because of drones. So it's like another way of war. And it's like crazy how it's going. And that was the actual point of my life, that I was shifting to marketing. And I understand that the only thing that I can do, work online with entrepreneurs from the whole countries like Dubai, not countries but cities, Dubai, then the country like UK and United States, because I was always consuming that type of content. But like, it was my dream to be there. It's like, you can be connected to New York, you can be connected to like a tower, you can connect it to different, states or cities. And I thought that like, this is a good opportunity to be strong. If this time is so hard, so I have the experience of building the business while the war is coming, while the war is going. A lot of my friends was actually killed just in the first 2 weeks. And it's crazy, like, you know what I mean? So after this, I like moved to the mentality of David Goggins. You know this guy, right?
No, you said Devin Goggins?
Yeah, David Goggins. It's the military guy from United States who is doing some podcasts. And he said like there is no such thing as pleasure for a man. There is only like grinding, doing the thing without like any emotions. It's like I know that a lot of people know who David Golev is. It's like in 27 years old, he was actually really fat, and then he moves to military to become a Navy SEAL, and his mindset was really like powerful for me in that period of life. So I understand the only thing that I can do. Just I was dealt with this kind of cards, like it's like this two cards is like two threes or two twos. It's like not very good cards, but you have only this cards in your hand. You can still win with that, but you need to change your strategy. You need to shift, because if I was thinking, oh, fuck the war, I can do entertainment, I can do Mr. Biz. Like, can you imagine like doing the content like Mr. Biz do in the war situation?
Man,
I don't think
you're
so.
under pressure working, man. That's heavy.
Yeah, but we're man.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They don't really. Men's mental health isn't really talked too much about, and then when it does, it's very short. People just, we just gotta get over stuff, So I definitely get it, but kind of just talk to me, man. Like, how your mental health was during that time. I know you talk about it in a very positive manner or just an upbeat manner, but how was your mental health around that time? Like, what type of emotions or what type of thoughts were going through your head, while this war was happening?
I was like, the first thing that I remember was 22nd of the February 2022. I just came back to London from the Festival of Magicians, so I was actually at home playing guitar, and everybody was talking about the war. When I was a kid, I was 25 years old, right? It's like I'm sitting down and playing guitar, and you feel like this kind of like in your stomach, you don't know what will be next. But you decide to not look at the news. You said like, I will just go some YouTube or whatever. And they said like, tomorrow the war can begin. And I said like, it's not true. And then I go to sleep, and 1 a.m. I went to sleep because I had the shooting on the next day. And 3 a.m. my girlfriend, the ex, she was actually calling me at the 3 a.m. and said like, wake up, the war just began. I said like, what do you mean? She said like, I'm in airport, the missile just landed like 1 kilometers away from me. They are bombarding the whole nation with rockets. So like, take everything that you have right now. I will be at home like in an hour, and then we will decide what to do next. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I was taking it's like you're sleeping, you're just like, what the war, like, what you're talking about? And then I'm just swiping the iPhone. I click on the Telegram, like, like New York Telegram, or like, do you know what I mean? Like telegrams.
Yeah, I use Telegram.
The groups.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and there is like, our president said that, right now, the president of Russia invade Ukraine, so be calm, keep your belongings, take the water, everything. We'll talk to you soon. And then the video of Vladimir Putin came, that she said that we decided to like save the Ukrainian people, so we start the not war, we started like special operation, something like this. And I was sitting doing like, what the hell is going on here? Maybe it will never be in Kiev. And then I had like huge explosion. I see it's like the whole airport is like in fire. It was like, it's like like atomic bomb in movies, but it's not atomic. It's just ordinary bomb. And I see that it's like crazy. And then one missile landed near Kiev, and I saw like they're fighting. So the war began. It was like, it's if you was on any type of military area, you see a lot of blast. You see a lot of kind of things. And I was waking up. I was like, like what to do next? Like which I need just to. Where's my money? Where is my like computer? What I need to do? It's like you are in a hustle. You don't know what to do. And I sit down, like I was like breathing. I was calming down. So like I need to make decisions right now that will be good for my health, for other people. So I called to my friends, say like, wake up, the war has began. I see you in the house. You have like 2 hours to be there because of traffic jam. I see you there. I'm starting like putting all the things that I have because I think that they can just kill me right away. So I just put
Right.
everything in my belongings and just close everything. I take my just woman came back. I hug her. She was like actually crying. She was like thinking, "Where's my money?" I just opened the safe, and I just take my money, some like $1,000, like 2,000, 3,000. I don't remember because it was like the daily money that you spend on like restaurants or whatever. You just take this fucking money, you just put it in you, and just like, okay, now I need to move with meet my partners. So I just open the door and I see like sirens, like but for the whole Kiev, it's like sirens, and you don't know what it is yet
Right.
because nobody was testing it before, and you see like, oh my god, it's 2022, and like sirens is running. What the hell is going on? And it's like everybody keep your calm, keep calm. We will tell you what to do, and then I order in a taxi driver. He came like still like smoking. I said like, man, do you know that the war is beginning? He said like, what, like what war? I'm just, I was like running the whole night in taxi. Like, what war? Like, really? The war began? He said like, yes, man. Like, we need to go there. He said like, oh my god, I don't have anything. I don't know what to do. And we're just sitting. And then I moved to traffic, and the whole city was running away from Kiev using one road, right? It's like the whole traffic jam, it's like stalking. So I was moving to my city, to my the house. I was living in a flat, and the house like it was a office, 10 minutes on a car. And that time it was 2 hours. I was riding there like approximately 2 hours to stick there because of traffic jam. So it was crazy, and I was like, I'm just putting my belongings, like ordinary things like water, like food, like my couple of, you bought some fancy hoodies or like Nikes for $1,000, right? You don't need
Right.
anything. You just need one pair of shoes. You just sit down in the car, and whatever you have in the car, this is actually what you need,
Wow.
not what is going on in your flat, like your wardrobe, your fancy like guitars, your equipment. Doesn't matter at that point. And I was like sitting down, like, what the hell is going on here? I was opening like the sirens, the tanks are running to that. It's like, then like people with military, like they are just appeared. There was always like hide, themselves, but it just appeared. And then I came back to that house. I met every single man that I was like really deeply connected, like partners. I was like sitting down, like, what to do next. And nobody ever understanding what is going on there. And then I saw how masks of every single person just cut off. You know what I mean? In society, you have a mask. Your like ego. But when the war started, your masks are falling down. They're cracking. If you're a loser, you are a loser. If you are this type of person, you will just feel this. If you're this type of person, you will be different. So it's like everybody is like real now because of fear.
Yeah.
But I don't felt any feel at that moment. Actually, I felt like what will be next,
Yeah.
what the war is. There is any rules, and then you start seeing a lot of people who was just killed. They're just they are moving in tank. They see the car, they like push that car away. It's like blow away. People killed, like thousands of people were killed in the first like
Wow. Wow. Wow.
couple of months. So mental health is, just to answer your question, it just, you sit down and your life is on pause. You don't actually understand what to do next. And we start filming videos. I actually filmed 6 videos about the starting of the war. I was showing everything, how we was living together in a baseline, what we was doing. And it's crazy because, it's like we moved to the baseline, internet is keep running. So we just put the TV, put the Fortnite, and you're playing Fortnite while on the top the missiles is landing. So it's like the war of 2022. It's crazy because everybody was like, the women are crying, they can't. The man is always like looking down because they don't understand what to do because they was not able to teach themselves. They was like businessman, but here it's like it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't buy this kind of thing. So it was really crazy.
Jeez, man. And I definitely appreciate your transparency sharing that. I know I can't even imagine, but I mean, I like that, you were able to find solace in, Fortnite, and you were able to find some things to take your mind off of it. But it's funny you say you have ADHD. It's very common for ADHDers to react to little things like in a big way and react to big things in a small way, like the way that we react. So, it made sense when you said that. But to kind of get on a brighter note, I definitely appreciate you sharing that because, like, I was very curious to how that was going. But kind of talk to me before the war, like before then, when you got into being a magician, like kind of walk me through like where that came from, where the inspiration come to kind of get it on a more positive note.
It's like it's amazing thing that you said that I have ADHD because at that point I don't realize that I have it.
Wow.
It was you understand that your life with understanding that you have ADHD is much easier because you understand that this is not you, it's just the way your brain works, so you know how to deal with it. So I'm a very amazing problem solver, and now I can connect this thing to ADHD. So how I started magic. I was actually, the internet just appeared, so I'm 27 years old. In my country, there is, I remember the time that there is no internet at all, It's like I wake up, I'm just running, playing football, you know what I mean, just having a good life. And then like my mother came back and said like, dude, the internet is king, so you want to have internet? I said like, yes, of course. I want to play games, a computer, because in my age, when I was a kid, I was playing computer on myself without anybody. So you can't meet your person into like the actual virtual world. And then the internet came. And I was experiencing the YouTube. Oh my gosh, the YouTube! I can watch everything what I want when I want, not like bullshit from the TV. When I was young, I was actually experiencing a lot of David Copperfield content. I was consuming some, that man with a mask who is exposing magic. Maybe you saw it. That was a TV show with a man with a mask on the United States. He was actually exposing different magic tricks. And I saw one magic trick on the actual. I will show it to you what I saw there, so you can understand what I mean. It's I will just a little bit do like this. So it was I saw this kind of video like this with the cards. So a person just showed that the card is completely different, and he showed like, look, do you know how to find aces? So for example, you can see that the ace of clubs is here. Then, for example, the ace of spades is here, right? Then you move on, you see that here is the ace of diamonds, and the ace of hearts is there. So you see that it is impossible to find them right away. Because if I do like this, I can't set that, for example, I will guess that it's not an ace. It's impossible. But he take the deck, he go like this and said like, look, what I need to do is just to make like 5 or 6 cuts like this. Always in casino cut the cards, because magicians can actually do something like this. So the first ace appeared.
Right.
And at that point I decided like, what the hell is going on? Like, how the hell he is doing it? And said like, look, this is the thing, because you take the first ace, you put it just like this, then I snap my fingers and I can hide something from you. So it's actually 2 aces, 2 red ones. Then of course you can do magic like this, because look, you can just do like this, 1, 2, and 3. The third ace appears is the ace of spades.
Wow.
And then the last ace is the hardest, because you see that I have like 1, 2, 3 aces, right? And if I go like this, 1, 2, and 3, it's small shake, and you have the 4 ace. So I saw this magic trick, and I started like understanding how the hell this is possible. Then he take this kind of cards and said like, look, 4 aces, I will put it over here, just lay it here. Can you say stop at any time you want?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Stop.
Here, right? I will turn my head over, just remember this card.
All right, I'm gonna remember that card.
Yeah, good. So now what I will do is actually do like this. Watch. I will put it inside the deck, just like this.
Okay.
And I will just make a cut, just like this. With the aces, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you see it, right?
Yep.
Look, I will snap my fingers and the one ace is disappeared from here. It's only 3 aces. But the ace is actually on top of the first. It's the ace of diamonds. So we have a lot of aces here. We have actually 4 aces. So can you tell me please which type of ace you want? For example, tell me any ace you want.
I'll do
Any
the
ace.
spades.
You do the spades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me again another ace to just make it harder?
The diamonds.
The ace and the diamonds, right? You want to stick to yourself with that 2 aces or give it back to me?
I stick with myself.
Good. So we have right now left ace of hearts and ace of clubs.
Right.
What you want to take?
I will take the clubs.
There is the clubs, so the left is only the ace of hearts. Look. So we eliminated everything, right? We have 4 aces, so I will do it right now. And the best part is the ace is over here.
Wow.
So it's actually crazy part because I saw this magic trick and I was like, oh my god, what is going on there?
Right.
You know? It's
I
like,
gotta do this.
how the hell this person is doing it? And I was sitting down when I was a kid, like thinking how I can solve this problem, how I can do it with my bare hands. And then I start like thinking, and then like boom, I got the point where like, oh my god, I know how to do it. And I was like, I start like trying to do it again and again because of hyper focus. With ADHD, you start like, if you focus on something, you can go like hours with it. And then I just realized that the magic is need to be shared. So I go to my friend, I show him this magic trick and said like, what the hell? Wow, she was screaming, laughing. And I said like, man, it's something unique about magic because you're sharing it. And at that point, I decided so I want to learn more. So I started just, going to YouTube and searching for magic tricks, learn more. And that's the point. There you're just learning a lot of things and you become very, very good in something. So I was doing magic for 10 years of my life. And that's why that was actually the starting point to answer your question. I saw one YouTube video. I was thinking how I can solve this problem. I solved it and then I shared it. So that was the first magic trick I have ever learned with cards.
That's dope, man. I love that you were inspired by David Copperfield because I've actually seen some of his work, so that's dope. I loved magic as a kid too, but it scared me honestly because I thought they were like really doing magic, so I'm like, it was scary. I'm like, I don't want to disappear or something. But that's amazing, man. So for you, I want to now, like, moving on from magic. So like right after magic, it seems like later on you got into the consulting space and you got into the marketing space. So walk me through how that transition went, going from magician to YouTuber to now, we're doing marketing, we're doing, consulting systems and all that stuff.
Sorry, I was like a little bit. Can you do it again, please?
No, for sure. Just for you, kind of walk me through going from magician to then like doing YouTube and then like how, the consulting and the marketing and how that came about. Like how was that transition for you?
Oh, like it's very simple. For the first one, I was performing magic. I decided to be a magician. Then I decided to share, so I was less magician and more YouTuber, right?
Right.
Because when it was starting out creating videos, when you create videos, you feel like, oh my God, I don't want to create videos anymore. This is my job. I need to build systems. So I
Right.
started to build system of editing, to build system of scripting, so I will be eliminated from this hustle. And then you realize that you're no more a YouTuber, you're more a system guy. So for years, I was developing this system guy, and I became an entrepreneur. So I was making money from YouTube. I was an actor. I was performing magic. So it's like different identities where there was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I decided that the business side of me is what I actually love to do. So I was always in it. And then after this, I decided that I wanted to try something new. On that point, I don't know that marketing is something interesting to me. I don't know anything about marketing. I came to LinkedIn. I bought a course for like digital marketing services agency, you know, to like make money for people. And I started learning, grinding, searching, and then I start outreaching people in LinkedIn. I sending like 20 connections per day, sending people. Nobody replied. My offer was like, I can give you millions of views. It was true, but nobody's believing me because like it's like
Yeah.
it's like I will text you like, do you want to have like millions of subscribers? You said like yes, but it's not something that it's like it never work. I said like it's work because I have it. And
Right.
then one man from Dubai, named is Anthony Joseph, he replied to me and said like, oh, good, I'm making actually YouTube videos and I want to be better in this. And he was actually the millionaire, like dollar millionaire in Dubai. And then he was actually, I'm helping him to produce content. And when you are working with your clients, you teach a lot of things from them. So he was teaching me about you need to be a good salesperson. I was like, what do you mean by salesperson? He said like sales. And I was trying to like dig, reading a lot of books. I was reading a lot about like for Zig Ziglar, how to close the sale, the deal actually. I was reading that. Then I realized that, oh my God, the actual sales is the thing that I need to develop in myself. While I was doing the YouTube side, he said like, Nick, do you know somebody who can make me a funnel? I said like, what do you mean by funnel? He said like a website who's converting to my services. I said like, what it is the funnel? I start searching, and I found the copywriting book. That was like the secrets of copywriting with like the fun on the, like this on like on the actual book, and it's hooked me. I opened it, I read it, and in the middle it was like ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels, you know, this company. And I was like, oh my God, it's like something unique. It's something that I would love to make money from. And I was doing funnels because I know how to do fancy editing like thumbnails. So I decided so I can do the funnel for him. And I made the funnel. And then he said like, man, we have the funnel, we need to build sales. I said like, okay, so you need attention, right? I started searching for attention is marketing, how to buy, my media buy and whatever. And then I started doing this. And then I started becoming, like I was an employee, you know, it's like when you make millions of dollars and then you lost everything and you become, I was never working on somebody in my whole life. I was doing my thing. But at that point, I like became an employee. You know what I mean? It's like $2,000 per month, so I can just live and not die. So that was really helpful for that type of person because he was like really saving my life because he was the only one who said like good. And I was giving so many value up front, and he just said like, I have a book. Can you read this book? Like read it. It will change your life. I said like, okay. The book called Take Charge. And the main thing that I got there, it's like body, mind, and soul. So you need to have deeply connected with yourself and mind, body, and soul. So mind is some skill that you develop. The body, you need to eat healthy. You need to exercise every single day. You need to have muscles. You need to have courage in you. The soul is, for example, a Bible. It can be a God. It can be a guitar. It can be whatever you want to give you everything. Because if you don't have soul, it will never work. If you don't have body, it will never work. If you have mind, it's never work. So I was like shifting from the perspective of YouTube because a lot of YouTubers are stupid. They're just filming some pranks. They're filming some bullshit. without even thinking how to invest, how to build a healthy life. And I was actually using a lot of drugs when I was a magician, because I was performing in some clubs, like cocaine, like weed, and it's bullshit. It's killing your brain because of dopamine. It's like, it's good if you are doing this because you want to do it. It's like, I don't care. But I was in that situation, and when I stopped, I started reading books because of hard dopamine, not the easy one. Because I was like, I was standing. Morning, I was having cocaine. Then I moved to weed. Then I moved to, this kind of toxic cycles. And you are in it because your environment telling it's good. It's good. Yeah. Because everybody's richer, and think it's good. And then I started working with him. I realized it. I moved to marketing. I make some sales for him. And then I started I need to build an agency. So I was building the agency. And then I met a guy called Check Downs. So he is a financial advisor that are making millions of dollars a year by consulting people about life, how to build a successful life, not successful business. And I was helping with the content. But then I realized that they don't need content. They need sales, they need marketing, they need funnels. And that's why I was shifting from the content to the funnels, to marketing, to sales. So it's always baby steps. You start with one offer and you started throwing in the market. The market is giving you feedback. We don't need leads. We need sales. Leads, we need it, but we don't need how to convert them. So then I realized that I have the mind of a person who is always working in videos. So why I can do video ads? I said good. So I'm very good in video ads because I understand how to good script writing, how to create a good engaging videos. So then that type of guy said Cole Gordon. I consume his Cole Gordon course. And I said amazing. Can you give me the access? And we was just, talking with him, and I consumed the Cole Gordon course for sales, for funnels. And I was like, oh my fucking God. It's I was making millions of dollars, do not know about marketing, do not know about funnels, anything. But then I was with that type of message in that type of course, I oh my God, it's a crazy opportunity, so I can make money and never work again.
Right.
So at that point, I was making some videos for Chuck, for ads, and the ads explode. He had $40 for one qualified leads. He got 121 leads in 60 days. He closed 3 of them, and all the leads are good. He needs just to close them because it was high ticket, $14,000 per year, $12,000 per year, one-time payment, or recurring, but you need to make a commitment.
Right.
And then he made a present for me. He said Nick, do you want to receive my course? I said yes, of course. And then he gave me his life course. So his clients are going to him with, for example, $30,000 in their daily life, and they come with $60,000 without changing anything in their tools. They change how to meditate, how to do weekly planning, how to connect with spirituality. So it's tools for life. And he's teaching this. So I was sitting down and I was journaling a lot. If you're asking me how I became who I am now, I was actually buying this kind of thing. I was journaling every single day what I feel to just take away this kind of ADHD thoughts from my brain. So I was I'm feeling bad. I don't know what to do, but I will find a way out. And every single day I was writing this thing. And then I go to this course of the life coaching. And I realized that you need to plan, to do weekly planning every single week, but not only in work. Because we are, as a man, we're always working on work. We don't give a fuck about our loved ones, about friends, about spirituality, about health. We're just focusing on work. More money, the happier I will be. It's never worked like this, because you need to have the wheel of life. The only thing that when you feel ready to make the change in your life, you need to have good financial side, good friendship side, good spirituality side, your work, your health, and the last thing is the impact they're giving to the world. if you will collect everything, you will become the happiest version of yourself, and you will have more finances, because you will not feel any burnout. You will work because you have the strong why behind the work. So after this, I was like grinding in sales for a couple of months. I was watching the Cole Gordon course, and I was like grinding, and then my business exploded, just because it's like a rod. You need to work not in your business but on you, because we have the problem in us, not in the business. So you need to work within a world to change the outer world. So that was a quick introduction from a kid magician to an agency owner
Yeah.
in 10 years.
Jeez, I love your storytelling, man. You do a really good job of articulating exactly like you're. It's weird. Usually with ADHDers, we're like, it's easy for us to go off the rails, but you're. I love the way you tell your stories. But the last thing I really wanted to touch on, man, it sounds like now we kind of touched on, the magician, that part of life. We touched on the war, which was crazy. We touched on the agency owner, but now I just want to talk about when you found you had ADHD, and kind of talk to me about how things, got easier after once you learned that, okay, there's nothing wrong with me, it's just in my head, and talk to me how you kind of flipped it and turned it into a superpower.
It's like when you're asking me this question, I'm like actually started like crying in myself, because
Oh my
that
God.
was life changing. That was life changing for me. For you to understand, I developed that I have ADHD in 27 years old. I was having the hardest breakup of my life, like couple of months before, like 6 months ago. So we was living with a girl for 1 year. We was engaged, and like I was focused on work. I was never give her the attention like she needed, right? But I was like really deeply connected with that woman. It was like I met her in 3 days. I made the proposal, and without anything, I just take the guitar string. I will just put it like this, and in war said like, I want to be like your husband,
In
And
3 days?
I was deeply in 3 days. I just met her, talked with her. 3 days. I just
That's beautiful.
you feel it. You feel it like this is my wife.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was like sitting, and we have some, the first year of my life was like beautiful, amazing. And then like one day she came to me and said like, I want to talk. I said like, what do you mean? She said like, I don't feel any butterflies anymore. Like maybe I made the mistake. Like I was like telling like, do you talk to your parents? She said yes. With your friends? Yes. With the new friends? Yes. With your brother? Yes. So I am the last person who you are talking with? And she said yes. And I was not prepared for it.
Yeah.
I was like, we some having some small troubleshoots, but for me as a 27 years old, I had it in my previous relationship, and it's like you will overcome them because you are, your family. But at that point, we was a little bit. Look, she was deeply connected with her parents. If I have troubles, I will back to my parents. So she was not prepared to be a woman for a man. And I can't change anything in her brain.
Yeah.
So I started like, I tried, I tried, but it's not in my brain. It's like in her brain. And because of this, she just gone without any answer. She said like, I don't know how to say it. It's like, then she come back to me in 3 months, and like, I was like, what roles we are? Why are you texting me? Why are you calling me? She said like, I don't understand how to tell it. You're asking questions, but it's like she take me with answers, with the questions without answers, and brain was fucked. And I was just moving from Kiev to another city, and I was just sitting, and I was just bought some packs of cigarettes, and I was like, it's like you lost your business, you lost the woman of your life, and you don't have anything in your life because you are still developing yourself as a man. So you can't say that I have the baseline. At that point, I don't have any baseline. I don't know who I am, what I want to do, what I don't want to do. So I was just, like smoking. I'm not a smoker, but I was like smoking a pack of cigarettes in 15 minutes, just one in a row. And I sat down, and the 3 months of my life was hell. It's like you're sitting 3 a.m., you can't sleep, you sit and watch it on the wall. And it's like happiest moments, you understand everything, and it's like you can't control your emotions. It's like, this kind of emotions of anger, emotions of, it's like a beast inside of you that is just trying to go outside. And
Yeah.
I always trying to find books to solve the problem. So I take my Kindle and I find the book called actually The Power. Do you know that the ADHD is your superpower? I will share with you this book because I thought that this is not me. It's called this book, Superpowered ADHD. The
Oh,
right.
I see.
This book is like this one, if you can see it. This one.
Yeah, superpower, how to, nice. I'm gonna have to tap in.
And I was like, I was actually, as a man, you can cry. Your water is going through your eyes. That's how you cry. And I was sitting
Exactly.
down, and then I just realized that I started reading the first sentence. It's like, it's not about you, it's about your brain. I said, like, what do you mean? And I lost my keys. I forgot, my girlfriend asked me, like, do you remember my birthday? I don't remember her birthday. I said, like, I don't know. And for example, when I'm just working, I'm taking some objects. I can't focus anymore, like for 15 minutes. And I was thinking that I'm a lazy person. That is something wrong with me. And everybody's thinking like, oh my God, you're just lazy person. Or my girlfriend was taking me like, what? Why you put shoes here? Put shoes in this place.
Yeah.
It's like, why your place is a mess. Why
Yeah.
you always like, why you forget, you said that you will be on like 17 o'clock or like 5 p.m. and you're in 5:15, 5:30 because you don't understand which time it will necessary need to go there.
Yeah.
And that point I was reading, there was like stories, and I was like, oh my God, this is me. Oh my God, this is me. Like your like impulsivity when you just can scream to people, but then you just in like 10 minutes you just come back and I'm sorry. Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you
Yeah,
can
no,
control your emotions.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not fucking you because you care about people. You came in 10 minutes to say like, I'm sorry. Other
Right.
people can scream out at you, but they don't say sorry at all. And that's why I was reading and I was crying because I saw myself in every single situation. And then I I said like, good, so I need to exercise. It's not the way I want to live. I need timers. That's why I'm working for like 15 minutes I'm working, 5 minutes I'm not doing anything, 15 minutes and nothing, 15 minutes. And I go to Habatica. It's a tool for ADHD, you just click some tools. And I was like, I make this gamification and it changed my life. I got more control over myself because I was so overwhelmed. Oh my God, this course is like 6 months. The hell I can just search it? How I can learn it? And then I said like, good, I need just to put the timer for 15 minutes. Can I do it for 15 minutes? Right. And just checkbox, 15 minutes, checkbox. And I was like 15-minute checkbox and I solved it. And I got the knowledge just because I was trying to play with timers. And I'm actually using the app called Session. It's the Session app. So it's connected to your calendar. While you do something, you put the timer. And then you can understand which task give you which amount of time. So and there's connected to your calendar. It's called Session. It's very good.
Session.
And then my
Look
life
that up.
completely
That sounds
changes.
amazing.
I never forget anything because of a gamification. I do my work like 100% what I love to do. So it's crazy. And that's why in 27 I developed that I have feelings because I don't know what feelings are. I was aware of emotions, but not aware of feelings because the emotion can be the emotion of anger, but inside the feeling was the emotion of insecurity. And then I working with psychologists, with a life coach, self-awareness, meditation, like going to the gym every single day, and everything is like now it's normal. So the ADHD can kill your life, crash it, or it can give you the superpower of energy to solve any problem you want.
Jeez, and I agree. I agree. You know, before I found out about it, it was very depressing. It was scary, and I always thought that I had an issue or something. Even though I have so much drive, I'm super competitive. You know, I want to be successful. I'm ambitious. But before I got my diagnosis, I was confused. But I also went a step further and found out I had a strain of autism as well, and which makes things even harder. But you can also still use it to your advantage. It's you know, in the same way. But I mean, for you, like, what are the biggest advice that you give to people who have ADHD who are also entrepreneurs?
Use 15-minute rule. Be honest to yourself. If you said that I want to work on this project for 1 hour and you lie to yourself and you never do it, change the way you do it. If you said like, I can focus for 30 minutes, put the timer, turn off the distractions, do it for 30 minutes, make the promise, and done the promise. So if you will change 15-minute rule in your life, any tool, it can be Hebatica, it's free. It can be Session, it's free. Use a tool or even a timer. It's not Pomodoro. It's not for you. It's bullshit, because it's like 1 session, 2 session. Your whole life needs to be automated. Like 4 hours per day you're working, divide it into 15 minutes and make a check boxes, like the first, the second, because we need to gamify our work because it will be more interesting. You know what I mean? And automate the things like waking up, go to the bathroom, eat. Automate it, because you will forget about it because of your ADHD. So my main rule is 15-minute timer, because I can't focus more than this.
Right.
If I do something. And automation. You need to have a tool where you see it every single day.
Right.
For example, like Hebatica or the tasks, they need to be on your phone. You need to do every single day the same thing as you do. So that's the point.
That's amazing. Yeah, so I know that's gonna help a lot of people, just period, man. I mean, you dropped so many gems, and the last thing, I know we're coming up on an hour here. The last thing I wanted to jump into, man, was this YouTube channel. So I can actually share my screen here, and I wanted to just kind of kind of talk us through some tips for growth. But I'll share my screen just so people can see, what you have actually built and what you've actually, what you work on. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, you can scroll down a little bit before the war. So actually, the main thing is visuals. The main thing, the visuals needs to be very catchy. Just scroll down to the war, to the war point. It's like it's 7 months. It's like the thing that I'm not in this project anymore, but when I was in this project, so you can see that it's like Mr. Beast style. You know what I mean?
You there?
It's like the thing.
Oh, there you go.
Huh? Yeah, so it's just the way it works. So you need to have the eye-catchy thumbnails. You need to have the catchy names of the YouTube thing. It's very important. And so how I select video, you can just listen to me, that I select the name and the thumbnail, then I film the video.
Wow.
Not I filmed the video and then I decide how to name it. So you select the video, what you want to film, and then you actually film it.
Nice.
And the main thing, remember that the first 30 seconds is the crucial part of every single video. So you can see, for example, like this, like Chernobyl video, it's like 10 million views. It's like 4 million views. It's like crazy millions, like 3 million, 4.5 million. It's like 10 million. It's crazy. And it works like remember, you have 10, and it's like, it doesn't matter which content you're filming, because my content was kids, because it was like my money, 10-minute video time frame. The first 30 seconds is the most important. So you need to put what it is in this video. So what it is in this video, it's like a trailer for the whole video.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like a 30-second like slideshow, or is it like you're just telling, or like how do you go about that?
So actually, I'm doing this. It is a podcast. You need to have like in this video, and you need to ask as many most interesting questions and then as many emotions. So for example, like Logan Paul actually did, like in this video, like John Cena, what you're doing like 5 years? I was making 10 grand. Ha ha ha. It's like they're just cutting the most interesting parts in 30 seconds, because YouTube is only focusing on the first 30 seconds. If you're never hooked a person, you will never get the views. So you need, they click on the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail, and the name of the video is the most important thing. If you don't do it, you will never be successful. Oh, the next thing is the video, because the name of the video, the thumbnail, is the most important because people click on it.
Right.
Then you move to the first 30 seconds to make it happen. And then you move to what the video actually is. And that's crazy part. You can just scroll down evenly. You will see like a lot of things that was doing the Mr. Beast, because we was actually doing the same style. Right now, like I'm doing another thing, so it's not my my passion anymore. You know what I mean? So that's why it was like I was a kid and I was like really proud of my work, and the videos are actually crazy. I have like some amazing videos where I'm just scuba diving, skydiving. There is hype videos. There is like different things. You can see that the numbers is never lie. 6.9, 4.7, like 12 millions. It's crazy, what I mean?
Wow, and crazy engagement, 29,000 comments. Like, that's crazy.
But man, you can do it the same. Just select some. I was doing this fucking shit for like 5 years, 3 videos per day.
3 videos a day, wow. So like you had like a whole editing team, everything like that?
Yeah. So 3 videos per day was shorts. And then the most important thing was actually the 3 long videos per week. So you see like, for example, 20 minutes, but it's not 20 minutes. It's like 6 hours of footage that need to be watched, that needs to be done. You know what I mean? It's just how it works. So that was, for example, you can see here there is the prank with the policeman.
This
school. Yeah, it was that was the magic videos where we was like making some. You saw it on American style. We just make it in our style. So it was like I was drinking, then the bottle is disappeared to the policeman. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy shit that is triggering people. They're just they love it. So that's how it works. It was like it is more like clickbait, hype to make some views, but there was a lot of content that was amazing for people. That was like they was like amazed. So I was like scuba diving, skydiving. You can just go to the channel and see what I mean. Can you just put it Magic 5 skydiving?
Yeah, I gotta see this skydiving. I might have to ask about that. That sounds so scary.
Yeah.
Magic 5
it's not in. It needs to be right. Okay, good. Like just Magic 5. I will share with you where it is because it's
cool.
It needs to be writing in Russian. You know what I mean? Because
I see what you mean. And is it, how long was it ago?
Yeah,
or is it in your most
videos,
popular videos?
Down.
It should be if you're
Scroll a little bit
skydiving.
down. Yeah, go a little bit. It was not very popular, but oh, can you just 1 second, on top a little bit, on top a little bit. Yeah, again on top, and top. Yeah, on top.
Is that
You
it?
can see that, for example, a mobile game where I'm like, stop, 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 stop. For example, go down. Up, up. You see that there is like a weapon, and the man is falling from the rock. You can see 21, 11 million subscribers, and 11 million views. Yeah, on the right side, the rightest side. Mobile
Right.
game in real life. Yeah, the rightest
Oh
side.
wow.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, click it here. It is an ad for. Do you know the pub? You do know the different games
PUBG?
from your mobile phone? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
Nice. Okay.
it was like a film, so you can just turn off the music and scroll over here. Yeah, to the magical side. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Can you go back for like couple of 1 minute? Go back for 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, you'll see the visuals how we got there. Well, here, yeah. Click here.
Right here.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, now you can watch. It's crazy. We built
Oh
it
my
was like
God.
a film that was like a storytelling
Wow.
film.
Dude, this looks like a crazy like setup. Wow. Oh, you guys had like a
Yeah.
whole like studio. This is dope.
Yeah, it's a crazy setup. It was like it was actually the ad for a mobile game, so it cost like $60,000 for the production of this kind of ad.
Wow. Sixty
And
thousand USD.
yeah, USD, of course.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's how it works. Like when you have like subscribers, you can charge people tons of money.
Yeah. That monetization is crazy, man. Wow, man. That's man. And I'm glad you got to. It sounds like you got to do so much, like and just it seems like just so quick. Like you got to do so much.
Yeah,
The
it's
YouTube
crazy,
is
right?
crazy.
Like 27 years old, but still like
Dude,
a
like
lot of things.
yeah, you've been through a lot. I mean, you got to go through war, you got to go through breakups, you've done different. I mean, you just been doing a lot of different things. And the last thing I want to touch on was the music, man. So I make music. That's my biggest passion that I have, like completely, is the music for you. So let me actually stop the share and switch over to your Instagram, because I saw that you had some of your music on Instagram, and I'm like, definitely want to kind of touch on that. But here.
Yeah, yeah.
So you like really like guitar. So like I could tell like you're when you have it in your hand, you're smiling. It looks like it's like talk to me about that love for the guitar, and talk to me about like your type of music. Like what did you focus on?
Actually, do you know John Mayer?
John Mayer. No, I need to look up some of these guys, man. You said John Mayer.
It's like John Mayer is the best guitarist on the planet. Actually, he's like really amazing guitarist. So actually, when I was a kid, when I was like maybe in 10th grade, I was going to the guitar, but then I shifted to magic. But the guitar is the thing that helps me with my ADHD. So it's hyper focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's guitar teach me crazy thing that you need just to stick with what you do for like years. So for example, 15 minutes a day, you'll be 99% better than everybody if you will do it just for a year. So I was
Right.
just playing guitar, and I like guitar. That was my like I have two guitars like that are costing me more than $17,000. So that's why it was just my hobby, that where I'm not making the money. I have, you know what I mean. I have this mic. It's like it's expensive mic. I have like Apollo Twin. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like the Apollo. This kind of
Oh, nice.
universal audio for my. So it was like, I don't know. When you are older and older, you start understanding that something from your childhood was very interesting to you, and you start just playing or something like this. So that was like why I'm doing the guitar, because it's soul, mind, body, and soul. So mind is business, body is bodybuilding, and the soul is guitar. So I'm doing right now like bodybuilding stuff to like huge muscles to gain it because I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to gain too, man. Dope, man. Oh, I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
say,
easy
man,
to
really,
gain because you can have it. You can have it easily if you will just grind.
yeah.
So
I
do
gotta
it.
get in
Thank you so much for this type of conversation. I really appreciate it. You have a great answer. You have the great questions for me actually, and I was like, it was hard for me for ADHD because it's like it's really hard to understand that you have it, but when you understand it, you can deal with it. You know.
It was like frozen that whole time. It said the last thing I heard you
it's
said it, you were
frozen.
talking about ADHD, and then it like froze up for a second.
Yes.
Oh, are you still frozen?
You said to me about ADHD,
Mm.
how I developed it, and I was actually crying myself, you know, because it was such a good question that you
Oh
can
yeah.
hear only from the person who know what ADHD is, because
Mm.
we are like brotherhood. We understand each other because other people can say like, "What the fuck is ADHD? It's bullshit. It's never work. It's like you don't have anything." Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people just don't want to understand
Yeah.
you, and that's why when you ask me about this, it's like, oof, it's a really great message to spread to the world.
I'm so glad, man. I appreciate you just coming on, and I appreciate you giving your insight on ADHD. Because a lot of times we don't get to hear about millionaires who have ADHD. We just think that they're perfect and they have everything figured out. So I love that you shared that, with people, because I know it can inspire some other people. But I don't want to keep you
Yeah.
too long, man. I know you're definitely busy at this point with all the things you're doing. But do you want to leave the audience with any words of wisdom, or is there any biggest takeaways that you want to leave with the listeners, about ADHD, business, or anything that you might want to share before we wrap up here?
Um, I think that right now, take any book about sales and start reading, because sales can cure the entire life
I agree.
that you have now. The sales is the only technique that you need to develop to make huge money. It's the only skill that you need to develop to make really good money. So it's like Zig Ziglar book about the sales is crazy. Just read it and it will change your life how it changed mine. Because discipline is good. But if you don't know how to sell, you will never be successful. That's why if you are a good musician, you're still selling your music to people, not in dollars but in emotions. So like dig inside sales and it will cure your life, the entire one. You will be more happy because it's psychology. You will understand people better. So that was my main thing that I developed in this year. Like sales can like really change my life. Just how you talk to people. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's sales changed my life too. I went from working at a thrift store making nothing, to working for this guy named Jason Capital online and making at least 5,000. That was my first time ever making. I made like $1,000 on a Zoom call. Like I made $1,000 in an hour, and I used to make that in a month or 2 weeks. So I definitely agree. Sales is when like my life changed, and like I did sales, and I went from sales management, sales coaching to consulting, and then just going into business. So like I definitely agree. I will definitely co-sign that. Sales, I love sales because it's the psychology and everything. But man, I just want to say, Nick, I definitely appreciate your time, man. It's been amazing just getting to talk again. Would love to do this again sometime.
Great.
I know you're a busy guy, but I mean, this has been like definitely my
That's
favorite.
why we're speaking on
But
Sunday, because on Sunday I have some time, you know.
yes, it's
From Monday
same
it's
here,
crazy.
man. Same here, man. Well, I'll let you
Yeah.
go, man. I
Thank
just,
you so
again,
much
I
too.
really
I really
appreciate your
appreciate
time.
you.
This has been a really insightful episode. I think this is going to help a lot of people. So, I mean, I just appreciate you again.
Be strong and know that like everything that is happening in your life is happening with you. Actually, every single thing that is happening in your life is happening for you, not with you. So every single headache, every single heartbreak, everything, it's done for you, so you can be better. because in the
I like
hardest
that.
time you can feel like, why I'm deserved this, but because of this you will grow. Just keep pushing, keep going as a man, as a human being. So thank you so much, man. See you soon.
Thank you so much, Nick. We'll be in touch. Have a good one.
Yeah, ask me any questions about YouTube. I will definitely help. Bye bye,
Oh
man. See
yeah.
ya.
See
Okay,
you, man.
bye.
Play the song again for no reason. Let me see it.